Hi everyone, this is Madhumita of Science Department. In today's class, we are going to discuss about heterotrophic nutrition. In our previous video, we have discussed about autotrophic nutrition and about photosynthesis. So, what is called heterotrophic nutrition? So, heterotrophic, these are two different words which we have, which derived from the language Greek. Okay, heteros means others and tropos means nourishment. Some organisms, it depends on other organism for their food. So those kind of organisms are called as heterotrophs, and the nutrition that it follows is called as heterotrophic nutrition. So there are four different kinds of heterotrophic nutrition: parasitic, insectivorous, saprotropic and symbiotic. So the first one is parasitic. First we need to know what is called parasite. So parasite is an organism which lives in or on another organism and it sucks the nutrients from that. So two different organisms, two different plants involved in this kind of nutrition. In that two kind of organism, one organism it get the nutrients from the one more organism, which means one it is getting benefited and the other one is getting harmed because of this relationship. Now in this, the organism which get benefit, it is called as parasites, and the organism which get harmed, that is called as host. So a very good example for this parasitic nutrition, Rafflesia. I hope you people know about Rafflesia. Rafflesia, it is the largest flower in the world, nearly 1 meter high, and also it weighs actually nearly 11 kgs. Okay, so how this Rafflesia plants prepare food? Do you know one thing? This Rafflesia plant, it doesn't have any leaves. Then how will it prepare food? Definitely not. It cannot prepare any food. It has to rely on other plants. For example, wherever it grows, it just take in the nutrient from the roots of another tree. Okay. The next one is dodder. Dodder is a kind of plant. Actually, that here also there is no leaves at all. It just grow on the other plants, other trees, and it produces a part. It is called as haustoria. So this haustoria, it is mostly like roots. So it led that haustoria to penetrate inside the plant body, the host body, and it sucks the nutrient from that. Okay. So next, if you take the dodder, it produces seed, and this seed it just replaces to some other place that we know, and we have learned that in the dispersal of seed. So during that time, it has to find out another host to grow within 5 to 10 days, or else it will just die. Okay, so why it has happened like that? Because the seed has very limited amount of nutrients. So only the baby plant can withstand from 5 to 10 days. So if it just exceed than that, then definitely it will die. So within that duration, it is supposed to find out any other host plant. Okay, then the third example is mistletoe. This mistletoe plant, it grows on the coniferous trees. So it also produces the same kind of haustoria, and it led the haustoria to penetrate inside the coniferous trees and sucks the nutrients from the sap of the tree. So how this mistletoe reproduce? It produces fruit. After it get matured, it just burst out. The explosion. We have discussed about dispersal by explosion, isn't it? So through the explosion, it let the seed just go far away from that, and it just let it to fall on another coniferous tree branches. Then after it fall off, then it just again start to grow on the coniferous trees. Okay, so these are all some examples for parasitic nutrition. So next kind of nutrition that we are going to discuss is insectivorous. So insectivorous plants is just following this insectivorous nutrients. It is not like, unlike other heterotrophic nutrition, here this insectivorous plant has pigments, green pigments, which means chlorophyll. Then why it is relying on insects for its food? Why? What is the purpose? Because it has chlorophyll, it can prepare its own food. Then why it has to kill insects? What is the purpose of that? Because this insectivorous plants, it grows in the soil in which the nutrients is very lack. The soil is lack in nutrients. So that's why to obtain the particular nutrients, it kills the insects. Okay, for example, we can say pitcher plant, Venus flytrap. So these are all example for the insectivorous plants. Okay, so what are the special adaptation this insectivorous plant has to do that work, which means to trap the insect? So the first and foremost thing, attracting. It has to attract the insect in order to kill that, isn't it? So how it attracts the insect? So first thing, it has very wonderful odor. So by sensing the odor, the insect will come to that. Okay, that is the first one. Next one, it has nectar in it. And also it is very colorful in nature and also very shiny. So by using all these attractive things, it attracts the insect. So after the insect come closer to that plant, it has various traps. Using that traps, it can easily catch up the, yes, of course, insects. So the first one is pit ball. Actually, the leaf is just modified into pitcher and it is a hollow structure. What is the meaning of pitcher? In Tamil, we used to say that as kuduvai. Okay, that is called pitcher. So this pitcher plant has this kind of, yes, structure. This is called pitcher. And if you see at the top, you can see lid. Lid. So what actually happened after the insect reaches at the top, it just feel that digestive enzyme which is present inside as nectar and it just fall off inside. After the insect fall off, the lid which is at the top, it covers the pitcher and with the help of the digestive enzyme inside, everything it just get digested. Okay. Now see the second one, snap trap. See, for very good example for that is Venus flytrap. If you see Venus flytrap, you can see flap-like structure. So whenever any insect come and contact that flap-like structure, it just closes in the next second. So this is also a kind of trap. So next one, if you see fly paper, very good example is Sundew. So if you see the plant, it has a dew-like structure at the top of it. Actually, this dew-like structure, it is nothing but sticky adhesive. So if any insect come and contact with that, it will just stick in that particular part. It won't let the insect at all. Then it just roll the insect and digest that. So all these things we have seen about insectivorous plant, how the insect get trapped. Okay, now the insect got trapped. How will it get digested? That is with the help of digestive enzymes. The digestive enzymes are present in the insectivorous plant body. Actually, it mimics the digestive tract of the humans. Some kind of insectivorous plants. For example, if you take pitcher plant, it is mostly mimics the human digestive system because it has digestive enzymes. Not only that, it has bacteria inside it. So we have bacteria inside our gut for digestion, isn't it? For helping digestion process. The same way, this insectivorous plants also contains some bacteria which help in the digestion of this insects. After this insect get digested thoroughly, the nutrients which is present in that, it is being utilized by the plant. So next kind of nutrient that we are going to discuss is saprotrophic nutrition. So in this kind of nutrition, the organism derives their nutrition from dead and decaying matters. Very good example for that is, yes, we know mushrooms, many bacteria, fungi. So everything are example for saprotrophic nutrition. And it is very, very helpful, not only helpful for the organism, but also our ecosystem. Okay, how this saprotrophic nutrition helping our ecosystem? So we know that if any organism dead, what will happen after 1 week or 10 days? It just start to decay. How it get decay? Only because of this bacteria and fungi. Actually, what this bacteria and fungi is doing on that dead matters, the complex organic matters, it just get digested with the help of these organisms. It is mostly like digesting process. While digesting process, what actually happens? The food materials, a very big food materials, very complex food materials, it just get digested and it will become a simpler one. The same way, the complex organic matter get digested and it turns into very simple matters. Okay, so at the end of that, it just mixes with the soil, and due to that, even the humus, even the nutrients which is present in the soil also enhances. Okay, so it is not only useful for this organism but also the environment. So the very good example for saprotropic nutrition, what is this? This is bread mold. Okay, and this bread mold, if you see that, you can see some root like structure. This root like structure, it is called as hyphae. Actually, this hyphae, it just help in the penetrating and growing on the dead matters. Okay, so through this hyphae, actually, this injects the digestive enzymes to the dead matters. So actually, the digestion here, it has happened outside the organism, outside the cell. So that's why we are calling that as extracellular digestion. Because in our body, the digestion, it happens inside our body. But here, the digestion, it won't happen inside the organism, but outside. So after the dead matters get digested, the important nutrients which is needed by the organism, it is being absorbed by that. So this kind of nutrition, it is called as saprotropic nutrition. The last one that we are going to discuss is symbiotic nutrition. So what is the meaning of symbiotic? So here in this, there are two different organisms live together and it help each other. So those kind of nutrition and those kind of relationship, it is called as symbiosis, and the organism which is doing that relationship, it is called as symbionts. A very good example for that symbiotic relationship is the leguminous plants and Rhizobium bacteria. If you see the leguminous plants like pulses, you can see some root nodules in the root. Okay, so what is that actually? A ball like, what is root nodules? First of all, it is a ball like structure which is present in the root, that is called as root nodules. In the root nodules, the Rhizobium bacteria are present. So the relationship between this leguminous plant and Rhizobium bacteria is symbiotic relationship. Okay, in what way this is different from the parasitic? So if you see in the parasitic, only one organism get benefited, which means the parasite alone get benefited but not host. Okay, but here it is not like that. Both the organism get benefits. Okay, so how the leguminous plant get benefit because of the Rhizobium bacteria, and how the Rhizobium bacteria get benefit from the leguminous plant? So first thing, in the case of Rhizobium bacteria, it it get the shelter and food from the leguminous plants because it lives in the root nodules, and whatever food it prepared by the leguminous plant, it has been taken as its nutrients. So food and shelter. Okay, how this leguminous plants get benefit from this Rhizobium bacteria? So this Rhizobium bacteria is also called as nitrogen fixing bacteria. It fixes the atmospheric nitrogen in the soil. Okay, why it has to fix the nitrogen in the soil? Even if the atmosphere has more than 70 percentage of nitrogen, the plants cannot use that as such. So this nitrogen, it has to be turned into nitrogenous compound. Then only the plants can utilize that. So this bacteria, Rhizobium bacteria, is helping the nitrogen, atmospheric nitrogen, to change into the nitrogenous compound. So by using that nitrogenous compound, the plant can grow well, and also it can get enough amount of nitrogen. So nitrogen is very important in growth, not only in growth and also protein synthesis of protein. Okay, so that's why the two organisms get benefited. Okay, today we have discussed 4 different kinds of heterotrophic nutrition. Those are parasitic, insectivorous, saprotropic and symbiotic. So all these comes under heterotrophic nutrition. So in nutrition in plants, there are 2 different kinds of nutrition. One is autotrophic and the second one is heterotrophic. So the nutrition, it is one of the life process. So today we have seen that. In our next video, we'll discuss about one more kind of life process, that is transportation. Thank you.